Okay, people. Apparently, it is World Press Freedom Day 2026. Um, Now the world, the press. I won't lie, it's been rough. I think it's been a rough year for the press. Number one, Israel has killed more members of the press than anybody in any conflict ever in the history of humanity. Like it's crazy. I think more members of I think more members of the press were killed over the past 3 years than like in any conflict throughout all of history. Let's look it up. Um, Israel killed those press of any. Okay. This is AI overview. Um, so take it with a grain of salt. But beginning here, I'll just pull it up too. According to Committee to Protect Journalists, uh, the Israel Gaza is a genocide. Whoops, get out of here. Beginning October 7th, 2023, has killed more journalists than any conflict since the CPJ began documenting fatalities in 1992. By early 2026, over 260 media workers were reported killed, largely by Israeli strikes, a toll exceeding the combined deaths of journalists in WW1, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, and the war in Afghanistan. Yeah, so that in and of itself has made it a rough, a rough few years for the press, but also America's descent into fascism, and the general rise of like right-wing authoritarianism all over the world has led to, not the best situation for the press. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not a fan of a lot of the Western press. Because my problem is that they are not actually adversarial to the people in power. They are aligned with the people in power. So, that's another problem in and of itself. That's the press, cozying up to fascists, essentially, right? But I do feel for the actual true journalists who go out there and hold people accountable. It is rough right now if you're trying to actually do the job of the press, which is to hold people in power accountable. So let's start this video. I'm gonna go use the bathroom at the beginning of it, but we'll see what's going on with the press on World Press Freedom Day 2026. This is RSF report says press freedom at its lowest in 25 years. Let's go.
The set is Nasser Abu Bakr, president of the Palestinian Journalists Union. He joins us, normally based in Ramallah, in the occupied West Bank. Hello, Hugh. Just want to begin, first of all, World Press Freedom Day. What does that mean for you?
It's mean for us in Palestine, freedom of the press in Palestine is not a slogan, but a daily battle and ongoing struggle daily.
Yeah, daily battle.
So that when we are talking about these principles, yes. We know in the past they have been killed 262 journalists, and they are injured more than 500 journalists and arrested more than 200, and they are demolished all the outlets, offices, media offices in Gaza. It's 152, and they have been killed also. Is more than 700 from the families of the journalists, and they are demolished all the houses of journalists. It's about 1,000.
Okay, so like I was kind of expecting, Israel is really juicing the numbers here. I'm pretty sure that even without, if you excluded all of the atrocities that Israel has committed against journalists, I still think that press freedom is going down significantly just because of the rise of right-wing authoritarianism across the world, right? However, yeah, Israel is definitely juicing those stats, man. They go after journalists like it's fucking candy, man. They cannot stop it. Like yeah, I don't know. They hate press. They hate the press. Obviously, any country that is engaging in atrocities is very antagonistic to the press. The problem, the reason why Israel is so bad though is because they specifically they are the ones who have complete and total control, especially of Gaza. Like international press is not allowed to go into Gaza, so they can just like act with impunity, and nobody is there to report on it. So obviously then if there are Palestinians in there who are reporting on the atrocities, those are going to be target number one, like when Israel's doing their thing. So
700 houses. It's a media genocide. It's genocide in Palestine for all the people in Gaza, but this is the first media genocide on the world. It's happened live in Palestine and in Gaza.
Yeah, the
So
committee.
that we must be still going on and struggle against our freedom. And the Israeli occupation, they are targeting, they have systematic targeting for the freedom of press and for the freedom of media in Palestine. So that this is not the first time. Before that, we are collected and documented that Israeli occupation targeting more than 9,000 attacks against Palestinian journalists from 2012 till 7 October of 23. It's meaning it's policy, it's Israeli formal decision, and the security forces and the army, they are implements the decision of the government, so that it is the time that must be.
Man, we're getting a lot of different new sides that are existing. We got, obviously there's the genocide, but then there's the eco side. I've heard that one tossed around, the destruction of the environment essentially. What other ones? I've heard there's various other like I'd have to remember, but I guess also now we got like journalist side, media side, like maybe media side would be an okay term for that, but yeah, like the systematic killing of all media personnel inside of Palestine. Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Accountable the Israeli government and Netanyahu himself.
Right, and one of the things we've seen done by the Israeli forces that are targeting these journalists is they've tried to dehumanize them. Sometimes being referred to as Hamas operative. In Lebanon, we're hearing this now again, Hezbollah operative when journalists have been killed. We have a list of the journalists that have been killed in Gaza. It's put together by Mediapar. Over 207 journalists killed between October 7th of 2023 through the end of April of this year. And we're showing those images on your screen now. Nasser, how many of these people did you know personally? How many of them were friends or colleagues that you knew?
It's the bravest thing in the world, man. If trying to cover Israel's atrocities is one of the bravest things that anybody can do. These people, they deserve all the praise in the world. They're doing God's work out there. Seriously, it's so sad. It's so sad that these people, just for trying to shine a spotlight on the suffering of the Palestinians, were killed for that particular reason. It's very, very sad. Like, rest in peace. We'll remember you. The very brave people.
Most of them, I know them physically, because I worked in the past in Gaza. Long time I was with Agence France Presse and worked in Gaza, and many times I visited Gaza. 23. In this year I am focusing my visiting to Gaza and meeting with all journalists many times, and before that I have a good relation with them. And in 23 also we hold our congress for our union. And see all the journalists in Gaza. They are not numbers. They have dreams. They have stories. They have families, and they have hope, and they are dream of their future, the future of their families. They are not only numbers. We are talking about 262 journalists. By the way, 38 of them, they are female journalists,
yes,
and they have children,
yes,
young children. It's a mascara. It is the biggest mascara in all over the world. It's happened in Palestine, in Gaza.
Well, I want to get your reaction because Israel's official position is that their defense forces never target journalists.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what Israel's official position is? Seriously. Like, how many times do we have to do this? You don't go ask the person who murdered somebody, hey, did you murder that person? Like, like they're obviously going to say no. Like, and that's how it should be framed. Anytime Israel says that they categorically deny the accusation of genocide, every single time that like you report on that, you should say Israel, who has a long track record of denying the obvious atrocities that have been well reported on by multiple different organizations, declines to say whether they actually have committed these atrocities, even though it is very, 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 very highly likely that they did due to the amount of reporting on it. Like, you need to frame it in a more real and grounded way to like, I'm so tired of people ever taking anything that Israel says seriously at all. Like, what are we doing? Like, they lie like fucking like they breathe. Like, there's no reason. Their words are worth nothing. They're not worth like a fucking, I don't know, like pile of dog shit. Like, that's what they're worth, man. It's so frustrating to me.
The facts, as you see them, obviously tell a different story. What would you say about how Israel is justifying or perhaps dismissing these attacks?
We have many evidence and documents that the Israeli occupation threatened the journalists before they killed them.
Right.
By phone, by WhatsApp, by contacting them. And each single of these documents we have from the journalists themselves, like many journalists, like Wael Dahdouh from Al Jazeera. They are threatening his family few minutes before they killed his family, his wife and his children. And they didn't give them the time to escape from the house. They gave them half an hour. We will demolish the house, go outside. Before 5 minutes, they killed all of the family. So that when they are talking, they are like that they are not targeting the journalist. If they are not targeting the journalist, how those biggest number in all over the world, it's they are targeting by them to more than 260 to many hundreds, more than 500 wounded, injured, and when they are arrested them because they are journalists, and they are judgment them in the jail because they are journalists.
We're running out of time, but I just want to ask you: Israeli authorities have investigated any of these? Is there any chance of justice for any of these?
Let me give you some example. Shireen Abu Akleh.
Israel doesn't even investigate like the 5 people who like sexually assaulted that Palestinian prisoner in broad daylight on TV. Like, there's a literal crime that was broadcast on TV to everybody of 5 Israelis sexually assaulting a Palestinian detainee. And they have not investigated those people at all. So why on earth would they investigate like journalists being killed? Like, it's yeah, man, they are brutal, barbaric people, man. I keep telling people they in the modern world, there's no group, there's no people who is more primitive and barbaric than the Israeli people. They are atrocious. They are stuck in like the fucking like 1600s, man. They are incapable of advancing as a society. It feels like they are just like literally stuck in the mindset of like the 1600s. It's insane.
Shireen Abu Akleh, she was very famous journalist in all over the world, not only in Palestine. And when they are killed her, there is 7 stories from the Israeli army. Each single hour they have a new story. We are not targeting her. The Palestinian killed her, and many stories. But when there is many investigations from BBC, from Washington Post, from AFP, Reuters, Associated Press, and Human Rights Council and United Nations, all of them, they said the Israeli army targeting Shirin Abu Akleh. And the Israeli said, we are investigated and there is no evidence that we are killed Shirin Abu Akleh. But in the same time, they have 7 different stories about the killing of Shirin Abu Akleh. What's meaning for you as journalists and as our followers for 24? What's their opinion?
Right.
You can decide, and you can hear me and read the stories and the investigations, and you can know the fact, because we are a human. The Israel.
It's just like I don't know. I just don't. I will anything that Israel says. It's the opposite, man. That you will be right more often than not if that's the assumption that you go in with. Okay, well that one made me sad. God, I was hoping that they would talk more about. I mean, obviously this is important. Like, and that was what I mentioned at the very beginning. What I knew that was going to be a part of it. I was kind of hoping they would talk about more of the stuff other than just like how atrocious, like the you know, LeBron numbers of like journalists that Israel has killed or whatever. You know, like I wish it was something better than that. But okay. Or not better than that, but I was hoping to have some of like the right-wing authoritarianism, like that angle.